Oh, I mean, what's got us there is actually building that leadership team, getting the right coaching, because I don't know everything, right?
I think that we need more of that around here, because there's nowhere that I've been around here in New Jersey that's been like that.
Because it's all about like finding somebody who could do it at your level or better.
How did you get to the point where you have developed that mindset? Because I think there's a lot of business owners that have the exact thing you just said. Like, how did you develop? Where did you develop that? All right, welcome back, everyone. Episode 8. We're gonna find that out later. My name is Ryan Charterina, founder of Peakform Advisory. This podcast is called Build for More. This is for the business owners out there. They're doing 7-8 figures in revenue. They're either running companies that are working without them, or they're looking to build companies that they can elevate so that they're not in the day-to-day. Today, we have a good friend, Tommy Cougan with Renewal Solutions. And we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. This is going to be zero fun at all. We're not going to crack any jokes.
Not at all.
Zero.
Not at all.
Welcome, Tommy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome to the Player Coach Studio.
Wow, I love this place, man. It's looking very, very zen in here.
It is very zen in here.
Very
I got trees behind me and everything.
Very, very impressed. Well, thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it. This is nice to see this come to fruition.
I know. So the whole purpose of this podcast is there's business owners out there who are struggling with the day-to-day and they're not making real progress. And there's going to be people and insights and mindset stuff that, hopefully you can share with some of the viewers from when you started your business all the way through today. And then also talk about what you're looking to build over the next few years. But I guess going back to the very beginning, or let's talk about like an intro to Renewal Solutions. What does Renewal Solutions do? Who do you serve? Where do you work? Kind of talk through that and explain to the viewers.
Gotcha. So our mission statement for Renewal Solutions is we renew homes so God could build families. And everything I do is pretty much founded, and the foundation is on Jesus, okay? He's my personal Lord and Savior. Without my faith, I wouldn't even be here today, okay? But what we do at Renewal Solutions is we specialize in kitchens, bathrooms, and basements, okay? And we have a full-service showroom in Aberdeen. We're opening up our second location in Red Bank, and we make it that one-stop shop. Not that the clients have to go from the flooring company to the tile place to the cabinet. We have everything all in-house, and we make it a very seamless process from start to finish, which we found a lot of success in, not only for us, but for the customers as well. So that being said, Renewal Solutions was founded on a power washer. Okay.
I love it. I love these stories. They're my favorite.
I work for the New York City Fire Department as well. Got 10 years on, okay? And once I was on, I ended up getting married. Before I got on, had 2 kids, and then money got tight, okay? And I didn't know what to do. Overtime was maxed out. Started working for a power washing company, making $150 a day. My wife goes, Tom, why don't you go and do this yourself? I'm like,
great idea.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of stress. Why would I do that? I'm making $150 a day. That's good enough. Plus I got this, and I got to deal with you and all the kids. But I took her advice, got a power washer, and went door to door. Next thing I know, I'm making $1,500 a day. Just power washing houses.
You're like, wait, what?
Yeah. And then the slow season came, obviously. Yeah. And I always had a construction background, right? I had the home improvement license prior. Down in Staten Island and Brooklyn, I was working. But due to some issues I was facing with addiction, that all pretty much went down the hill, pretty much.
Yep.
And ended up getting back in contact with a guy that I power washed his home. And he was a real estate investor. One day I'm in my room and I'm just praying, like, God, I need a sign. Like, give me a sign of what I could do here. I'm facing, financial difficulty. And I enlisted into the Army Reserve at the time. Because I always wanted to serve. I had a ship date and everything. Because with the New York City Fire Department, you could double dip. You could go into the service and
Interesting.
get paid at the same time.
Huh.
So I had my MOS. I was a horizontal engineer, 12 November. Ship date was in place.
Whoa.
And my wife was pregnant with my third kid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So this was all right before COVID. So I was about to go away. She was going to have birth without me, but God had a different plan.
Wow.
Okay. So I open up my wallet. I take out the card and I see this guy's name. So I give him a call. I was like, hey, his name was Dave. Hey, Dave, I got a question for you. You need anybody to do any home improvement work or anything? He goes, all right, send me a list of what you do. So I sent him a whole page. I do this, that, the third, everything.
I do it all.
He goes, all right, thanks, man. A week later, he calls me up. He goes, Tom, can you take a look at a project for me? I was like, yeah, sure. It's in Staten Island, right near the ferry. It was a 2-story single-room occupancy building, okay? And I was like, whoa, like, how am I going to do this? So I ended up teaming up with a buddy of mine from the fire department, Joey, and we went partners on that project. We were sitting in his dining room table for 3.5 hours estimating this job, okay? We ended up closing the job at $250,000. And this was about almost 7 years ago, okay? We called, did the close, closed it. Ever since that day, I haven't stopped working once.
Yeah.
It's been 6 days a week, sometimes 7. But after that job, I built my team and a foundation. Me and Joey parted ways at that point. He went his way. He had a company with his dad. I went my way. And that was where like the crux of Renewal Solutions was built. And we just kept going and going after that. So it was pretty crazy, like where I was then and where we are today with a full-blown team and, you know, working with EOS changed my life. We'll get into that, man. I'll let you segue me into that.
I just love I love the intro stories because, I mean, for the people that are watching this, either you're business interested or you have a business, you know, and that's the cool part about this. Like, you didn't, like, when you first started, you're like, all right, well, 150, your standard and your mindset was like $150 a day. Like that was I made it.
Yeah.
This is awesome. And then you're like, wow, I'm 1,500. What the hell? Like, wait a minute. Is there more past this? Like, wait, okay. I guess I'll keep going. I guess what are some of the things that you've noticed along the journey? Like, what are some of the major mindset shifts that have allowed you to get up to today, from when you started all the way through? Like, what were the key impactful like years or moments that led you up till today?
So I would say after that big job finished and I kept going on with the company, we had about like three in-house guys and myself, and I was a do-it-your-all, right? So I did the sales, the marketing, the financials, everything, and I was the laborer, okay? And did that for a while, but it just became to a point where I was like, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
Like there was no growth. I was just staying stagnant at that point. And I knew, like deep down, if I stay here, eventually there'll be no Renewal Solutions.
Yeah.
Okay. So
wait, why do you say that?
Because of the way I was, like financially, the money just wasn't. I wasn't doing too well financially.
Yep.
You know, the overhead I had at that time with the money that I had coming in, it just wasn't working out. I was always in the red.
Yep.
Always in the red, but working my ass off at the same time.
This is such a good topic. And, you know, I think this is something we talked about, but this is such a good topic around, because especially for contracting business, and like, you know, we've talked about this. I guess what have you now learned about like the costs of things and understanding your financials more so that it's not always going to be like that?
So what got me to the point of learning that was I went back to prayer. I was like, all right, God, this is not working out for me. I need a sign. I need some help. And this guy, Mike Claudio, popped up on my Instagram. Okay. He's a one-on-one business coach.
Yep.
Okay. And I ended up giving him a call, right? Never did one-on-one coaching before, none of this stuff. He sold me. Okay. He was like, Tom, which direction you want to go in? Like
Yeah.
this, that, and the third. I sent him a little Instagram message. He goes, you got time to jump on a call now? I'm like, oh shit. I was in my
love
basement
that.
playing PlayStation, NBA, 2K something.
Like, no, I'm busy.
I jump on a call with him, and the guy just completely wowed me.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? This is great. He goes, all right, it's $3,500 a month. I said, what? I'm barely scraping the barrel here. But at that point, I knew if the best investment I could make is back into myself, right? So I made that investment. We did 4 calls a month. It was once a week we met. And he changed I knew how to get the job and do the job. Outside of that, I was clueless.
Yeah.
Profitability, management, all that stuff. So when I really took a deep dive into that, I was able to see, all right, this don't work for me, it's got to go.
Yeah.
Right? Or this is where my profitability lies, I'm sticking in this realm instead of being the guy that does everything. I had to niche down.
Yep.
And it took a while, but I was able to identify things that I just wasn't able to prior, because you don't know what you don't know.
Talk about the niche down thing. So I guess what led you to, or how did you get to the conclusion that you had to niche down, or that you wanted to do that? Like, what were you feeling that led you to be like, we gotta like get clear on what we actually do and don't do?
I was losing money.
Yeah.
Right. I was taking jobs just to keep the guys busy.
Yep.
Okay.
This is good. I promise. Someone's watching this who's like, oh, because I hear that exact same thing all the time, and it's so normal. And I even have there's a family friend of mine who, he's been running a home builder business for like, I don't know, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And we were just like, I don't know, BSing. And he's like, Ryan, I don't even know if I made money for the first 10 years. I was like, whoa.
I could agree with that.
But the impact of if he knew what to do in year 2, how much faster he would have got to where he wanted to go. So like the cost of that was 10 years not knowing. Yes. So talk through, you're saying like your niching down allowed you to not lose money on the jobs outside of that, is what you're saying?
Yeah, so pretty much I stuck in my lane of things that I knew that we could successfully complete at a sufficient timeline, and also with quality. Yeah. Okay. And it just became more profitable at that time. I still was pricing things wrong, all that stuff, but there was a learning curve on that end, and I was always facing that scarcity mindset of how can I price it this much if I won't even buy it for myself? Yeah. And there was a lot of, sales training that I had to do with him and stuff like that. But we niched down a little, not too much at that point, but the niching, it's like a process,
100%.
You're working through it. It's very uncomfortable. But once you start seeing success in those areas, it makes you want to do more and more and more. So that's
I promise someone's going to watch this who's going to be feeling this literal exact thing. And I think, this is the whole purpose of this podcast, because there's someone feeling these things out there that can just reach out to you and be like, dude, what? I'm taking on everything right now. And it sucks. It hurts. Yeah. I can't be the master of everything. I know countless contractors who have to do that. What was the breaking point where you finally were like, that's it? Like, we gotta not. Like, what was the thing that kind of snapped where you're like? So
I think the thing that had that pivotal point was when I was in an EOS meeting with you. Okay, when we were sitting there, and I had at the time 10 in-house guys. And I'm looking at the numbers and profitability, and I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah. You see money coming in, but you don't see it going out too much. You just see those deposits that come in. You see the progress payments, final payments, but you don't look too much at the back end. Yeah. And when I started concentrating on that and seeing how much, with the overhead with the in-house guys and how much I'm losing out, I had to make a switch. I ended up letting go 10 guys. Yeah. Just after that one session, that one-day session. And since then, up until right now, it completely changed not my business, but my life. Yeah. Managing everything. We switched over to the submodel. Yeah. And not only do we, have better service for our customers, we have people licensed in their craft. They're doing work at a high level. There's no delays on anything, on taking their time. In-house guys, they milk you, okay?
And like this, I love this because this is also the psychology of like how people operate. And I know we had a long discussion about this. And like for people watching, this is not like an easy decision that you're like, I have to let go of 10, like that. It's hard, but what's harder is when you're personally constrained as a business owner and you're like, if I can't operate my life, this whole thing collapses.
Yeah.
And like these are the hard decisions that you have to make as a business owner. Like, and it's tough. But something that I think was learned as a result of that is, with the sub model is you have subcontractors who are experts. They're giving you estimates of like, it's going to cost this much. And so now they're incentivized to get the job done as fast as possible.
Yes.
Rather than what you were talking about, where they're like, well, I got to make sure I have work for myself. And like, it's a natural human behavior
instinct.
thing. It's not, I would probably do the same thing in their shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But the point is like, we have to work with human behavior. And I think that was a massive pivotal moment. But I think going back even further too, like when you first hired, like Mike, like what were like needle moving things that you learned as a result of working with him?
When I hired Mike Claudio, some of the needle moving things that I've learned was just how to maximize and delegate your time. So I learned the value of my time and what I bring to the table.
Yep.
Am I going to spend my time doing the small things? Doing the bookkeeping, doing social media postings, writing up the estimates, managing projects. Where is my time most valuable?
Yeah.
And what's the biggest ROI I could get on my time?
Yep.
And I had to switch from the production manager, project manager, to fully sales, okay? And the first major leadership hire I had was a project manager. Once I got that guy into play, my sales went through the roof.
Yep.
And not only did they, I gain a lot of revenue through sales, but the profitability as well, because I had more time to focus on actually dialing my pricing.
What would you say for someone who is in that role where they're like kind of doing all those things, and they're like fearful of hiring that project manager? They're like, I don't know. Like, what would you now that you're on the other side of that and you have a full leadership team, like what does that look like, or what advice could you give that person if they're struggling with like, I know I need to spend the money, but I'm a little afraid?
Yeah. Best advice I could tell you is you're never going to be fully ready, okay?
Yeah.
It's never like, all right, I have enough now, so let me do it. It's you have to just really get out there and just make it happen.
Yeah.
You have to rip the Band-Aid off.
Yep.
It's let control go and make sure you get a good qualified individual to run the production, to run the project management so you could focus on sales. I think that's the biggest aspect of it. A lot of guys try to get a guy to just sell for them because they want to continuously stay in the field.
Yep.
And there's just zero growth with that.
Oh, I love this topic.
It's tough.
I love this topic,
Rick.
especially, and I think this is like the natural, like inclination of a trades business owner. Like if you grew up in HVAC, you're like, well, I love my craft.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for me. I love what I do. And then like, you asked me earlier this, like, oh, why double down on all this content? Because I have a larger vision of impacting a lot of business owners like across the US. And what led me to now do this is I want to make sure that everyone gets that word as much as possible so that I can impact more business owners and their employees and their families. Like it means a lot to me when people like you say like, hey, you changed my business and my life. Like I care more about your life rather than your business. But I think for the construction business owner who loves the trades, what can you say, or what kind of advice could you give them to convince them that they don't need to be the trades guy anymore?
Oh, you got to take,
one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you have to take the tool belt off. It comes down to, you have to really dig deep. What do you want out of your life?
So true.
Like, where do you see yourself? What is your goals? What are your visions? what does your life look like with your family? What are things that you really want to do and achieve in your life?
Yep.
And does keeping the tool belt on get you there? You have to
So good.
reverse engineer it. Once you do that, it kind of makes that decision a little bit easier.
Like, nail on the head. So I think for the viewers, like, what, you had this vision kind of in your head of like, I want that, but like, how do I get that? So I guess what sorts of things allowed you to get to today, and then where are you looking to go over the next 3 to 5 years? Like, what vision do you have for Renewal Solutions that's allowed you to make this decision and be like, I need to build this out right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, what's got us there is actually building that leadership team, getting the right coaching, because I don't know everything, right? Getting myself in the rooms with other business owners that I could learn from and grow from. Building that leadership team has alleviated so much off my shoulders. Okay, we have the social media guy, Mo. Victoria, after hiring her as my office manager, she's my life manager now, okay? Everybody needs a Victoria. Everybody needs a Victoria.
Shout out Victoria.
But it's important because we can't do everything by ourselves.
Yeah.
If we, you know what? I take that back. We could, but you'll have no life for your family, for your kids. I have 4 little kids, okay? Plus, I have a full-time job at the fire department. Full-time career.
We didn't even mention that.
It's like you can't be everywhere at once. So building a strong leadership team will get you that freedom that I want, okay? And to get to where I want to be in the next 5 to 10 years, we have a lot to do. But we're opening up the new showroom. We're going upscale, design, build, okay? For your kitchens, bathrooms, and basements. And there's a lot of things we want to do and impact that within the next couple of years, but that's where we're starting off, with both showrooms, delivering a very good service, and we niche down to just kitchens, bathrooms, and basements.
I think time is a funny thing. I mean, I have 2 young kids. You have 4 kids. It's like,
and she wants a 5th. Like, what do you want me to do, babe? Paulette is my wife, by the way. How you doing, honey?
Why don't we have 6 kids? Why stop at 5?
Yeah.
Both my parents were youngest of 5, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know how you guys. I don't know how you guys pulled that off, but God bless you.
And another thing to add on to what we were saying is, male, female, one of the biggest decisions you'll make in your life outside of business is making sure you choose the right spouse.
I got chills. Yeah.
Someone that's going to back you, that's going to be there with you. I mean, my wife's been with me through thick and thin, through the worst times and the best. She got the worst of me. She got the best of me. I told her, honey, the good's outweighing the bad at this point, But
it is the truest statement of all time.
Especially for an entrepreneur. They going through it, these wives and husbands, And
I feel like everyone sees the other end of the stick where you're like, oh, you guys have it made. It's oh yeah? Boy, you don't really know what you're talking about.
Do you know what I deal with?
You have no idea. Ask her. Interesting topic. What sorts of things do you feel like when people are choosing their partner? I love this topic. What should they be looking for in a partner to know that, like, as a business owner, like, you have the right person for you? Like, what sorts of things, I guess, were you looking for in a partner, so that this would be, because I'm sure this dream was actually, when did you meet your wife?
We just celebrated our 10-year wedding anniversary.
You've been married 10 years?
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you met before being a business owner, and then so she, interesting.
Oh, she remembered me through the worst, to the time where we had no money, our cars got repoed, everything was out. We had pretty much a little shack we were living in. Like, she was in it from the beginning.
That's awesome.
So.
What do you feel like was the thing that kept you guys strong throughout all of that?
Definitely our relationship with God.
That's awesome.
Okay, our relationship with God, keeping Him first in that. And, sometimes we could believe in each other, right? And have, faith in each other, but we're only human.
Yeah.
Okay, we all fall short. Yeah. We all make mistakes.
Yep.
Right? Knowing that He will provide and get us through is what really, got us through a lot of stuff. But she believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. You know, she did.
That statement right there, and I think when you first, I think it was our first session together, you pulled me aside and you're like, why aren't you doing more here? And I was like, it's a great challenge. I don't know. You're like, you should do something, do more. And I'm like, all right. Yeah. And so we threw that event on, and I think I've asked a lot of the business owners that were there for feedback, and the common theme was that room everyone believed in each other. Yes. And I think that is such a rare thing to find because the world is so negative, and I refuse to surround myself. Like if the viewers are watching all this stuff, like, and all the people I've brought on, they are like relentlessly positive people. All of you. Because personally, I refuse to surround myself with people that are not. Yeah. Because I think if we create an environment where it's just positivity, abundance, everybody will get what they want through each other. And I'm just so grateful to know people like yourself and all the other people that were at that event. And I plan on attracting more people like that because it's only going to make all of us better. So I guess what was your feedback, or what were your feelings, attending that event? Like, what did we do well? What didn't go so well? What could have gone better? Because I love getting feedback and improving for everyone.
So I think you guys did a phenomenal job.
Okay.
From start to finish, even the nice little mugs that you gave everybody embroidered, that was a really cool touch, But what really impacted me when I was there is just hearing how other business owners overcame things, went through things, and got on the other side, or got to where they are, inspired me. Like, somebody else could do it, so could I.
Everyone said that.
And how they broke it down. Like, that gave me, like, some momentum, some forward thinking. I was like, it expanded me. It got me pumped up.
Yeah.
And it allowed me to see how people that, some people are where I want to go. And I could see how their mannerisms are, how they live their daily life, which is big. Because in business, it's, I thought business coaching was only about business. But it doesn't even start with business.
That's so true.
It is all personal development up front first. Because
So
if
true.
we're not personally okay and in good standings with anything in our lives, it doesn't matter what we do in business, we're going to fail every single time.
I love that. Something that I've kind of thought through, and like, we can build whatever business. Like, that's just that's the second part of this. And I don't know if you've got to meet Clinton, the other EOS guy that was in the room.
I met Clinton. Yeah.
He literally, like, the thing I appreciate the most about him is he is the most clear on what he wants in life. Like, he literally splits his time between New Jersey, California, and Indonesia.
Wow.
Like, he is not expending 1 ounce of energy not doing what he wants.
Yeah.
And that's my hope for everybody, is like, there is nothing. One, I want everyone to get what they want. Two, I want them to ask for more. Because I think it's a belief that we don't ask for enough, and therefore we don't get what we want. Yeah. And I think it's a combination of the two. But I guess what were some of the key things that you took away from the event that you then went back into your business and were like, yeah, I gotta go do that, or I've been putting that off, but that guy's doing it, so screw him, I want to do it.
So what was the gentleman that was there with the hand and spa place? Nick.
Yeah.
So Nick was talking about, like, the franchising, right?
Yep.
And getting to the next one, and how he operates all that stuff. Like, that is one of my visions for Renewal Solutions.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we get this right at the second location, get the systems and processes in place. We could take this and put it anywhere and make this work.
Yep.
And just continuously serving the community, serving the customers at a high level.
Yep.
And I was like, that really got me thinking.
Yeah.
To the point where, now that we have this location, we got to dive a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah. I think the power of, and like, we're not stopping those events. Like, we're gonna host them every month, and we're gonna bring in different founders all throughout New Jersey. I think the cool part is, like, they like volunteer their time to just help other people, like, which is super cool. And I think that we need more of that around here, because there's nowhere that I've been around here in New Jersey that's been like that. And everyone said the same thing to me after. It was like, I've never been to an event like that. And I was like, that's crazy.
People are traveling to events.
Yeah.
They're traveling to, where Arizona, wherever these other events are.
Yeah.
Because there is nothing out here.
It's crazy.
I've never been to an event like that in New Jersey.
That's crazy.
I've been to events like that in other places, but I would have to go on a 3-hour plane ride,
It's crazy to me.
and be around other business owners that aren't in my network. So
Yeah.
I'm gaining knowledge and wisdom, but there's it ends there.
You go back home and back to where,
like
back to
building
your
meaningful
habits.
relationships here, expanding, with helping each other business-wise.
Yep.
That's why it'll be so impactful. You continue this, allow this thing to grow, forget it.
So cool.
I
think the perspective you kind of talked about before about life coming first. Like Jim at that event shared that he goes to the gym every day at noon, and he's like, I tell my team I'm going to the gym at noon, and he's like, what we talk about in EOS is you get what you ask for.
Yeah.
And if you ask for that, you get that. It's just how we do it. It's the easy part. It's so backwards, but if you ask for 30 Renewal Solutions locations, you will get that. You will get that. If that, and my job is to push people to do things that they didn't think was possible. So I guess, vision wise, if you're sitting in this podcast room in 5 years, what does Renewal Solutions look like?
Oof, man.
Throw it out there.
Damn, man.
Now it's going to be recorded. So we're gonna play this back 5 years from now, and you're gonna surpass it.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Oh man. So I would have to really give you a good picture. I'm gonna talk about where I want to be personally.
Yeah.
Right. So at that time, I want to be definitely. Wow. This is a lot. This is a lot. Where does Tom Cougan want to be personally with Renewal Solutions?
Yeah.
Or in general in 5
Yeah.
years? Wow. I mean, I love where I live now.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if it changes, it changes.
Yeah.
If we upgrade, we upgrade.
Yeah.
But I'm not really big into all the materialistic stuff.
Same.
I would like to be heavily part of a ministry. Me and my wife are building one currently right
really?
now.
That's cool.
At the offices, we do Sunday worship and prayer time, and it's so powerful to see what God's doing and moving in these people's lives. Like, heavily get into that a little bit deeper, and we definitely are going to be expanding our commercial. That's what I want to get into. The commercial aspect of our business, I want to spearhead that. We are currently in the process of looking for an integrator on that end and the real estate side. Yep. So I want to, me personally, in the next 5 years, I want to have at least 10 rental properties.
Let's go.
For myself.
Yep.
And one commercial space that Renewal Solutions will be in.
Let's go.
So that's a very realistic goal for me. A little stretch, but I think we could definitely manage it. And we're going to be taking over Red Bank, Rumson, Fairhaven. That's going to be our stomping ground, especially with Netflix coming in. And the Paramount's coming too.
Seriously?
Yeah. Paramount's, I think one of them are coming into Bayonne. Like, they're all coming into this area.
It's going to get so weird.
Man, but that's always a tough question for me, man. Like, I could see it, but it's still scary to think about it and envision it, because my mind thinks about all the work that's entailed to it, So I still face that scarcity mindset a little bit, but I just want to live a life that, the business doesn't need me on the day-to-day.
Yeah.
That I could spend time with the kids and the wife and everything like that, and just, being of service to other people.
And I think the fear, every comment that I got from a lot of the people that attended that event was that every time that we go into fear and scarcity, it's just, one, we start to isolate ourselves. And once we start doing that, and I'm guilty of this too. Like, I'm not perfect at all with this. You get into a headspace, and then you have a friend or a colleague or your wife who kicks you in the shin and is like, hey, you're being negative. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, thank you. Needed that. Because I don't think anything good comes from it. And I think, not being positive all the time and abundant minded is really, really important. But there also needs to be someone in the business that's like, hey, man, okay, you're in the clouds right now, but like, what about tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about what that's kind of look like with Renewal Solutions. Of like, you're clearly visionary. You're dreaming big. You have these visions, which again most people don't have. But talk about what that balances look like for like the day to day, the week to week stuff that has to get done.
So for me, Victoria is my integrator, and she really reels me in and brings me to like a little bit of reality. Not too much, because it's hard to bring me all the way down there. I don't stay with those normal people, But day to day, my daily is pretty much, I'm in sales right now.
Yeah.
So I had to take back over the sales role.
Yep.
Okay. We have a full-time designer that we're integrating into the sales, and Mike went into full-time production. So I'm running estimates still, but only bathrooms and basements.
Yep.
So I go in, make sure everything's on the up and up. I have a meeting with Victoria. I'll have a meeting with Mike. We go over pretty much the well-being of the business, and I do my estimates, come back, close almost every one of them. But just pretty much making sure the ship is continuing to stay afloat and we have some upward motion. Just going over everything with Victoria as far as things that need to be addressed right away.
How much patience do you have for? We were talking about before the podcast about sitting around and getting your hair cut and sitting around at a barber for like an hour, 2 hours, and like we both looked at each other like, oh man, no way.
Yeah.
I have no time for that. But talk about the value of your time. And, I know in the very beginning, you value yourself at the 150 an hour, and then it's just kept on growing and growing and growing. Talk about some of the things that you would do like a few years ago and all the things that you're like, no way. Like I want no part of doing that anymore. And because I've elevated my dollar per hour.
Yes.
So what does that look like for you over the past few years?
Oh, like production, I will never even touch anymore, because it's all about like finding somebody who could do it at your level or better, right? And I could pay for that and be doing something that brings in higher amount of revenue, like sales.
Yep.
That's pretty much just putting myself in the areas of where I'm most productive.
Yeah.
I don't touch anything with finances. Okay, that's Victoria. I'm not looking through emails or picking up phone calls and scheduling appointments. She handles all that. I don't got to schedule subs.
Yep.
None of that stuff. It's pretty much, if I don't even want to be in the business, I don't have to at this point. Like I could literally step away and the sales will still run. Everything will still run fine. And I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
But I just continuously find myself wanting to be there because we're in a forward momentum right now.
Yeah.
But I do need a sales guy, man. If anybody's watching this, if you are hungry and you're ready to sell kitchens, bathrooms, basements, give me a call, please. Put my number down in here. But I love sales. I love helping the customers. But right now, where I'm at, I have like another 3 months. I have to transition out. So.
And I think this all comes back to the overall vision of what you personally want in your life. And I think for anyone watching, like it's you get what you ask for. And if you want to be with your kids all week long and you want to make $10 million, make a number up.
Yeah.
There's a path to that. And I think a lot of business owners don't believe that. What would you say based on our experience together and all the things that we've put into place over the past like year or so, like what beliefs did you have before? Like what would you say for the business owners that are like, I don't believe that I can do that? Like what do you have to say for them? What advice would you have to give for them?
You have to let go. Okay? Yeah. You have to let go of pride and ego at that point. Okay? It's
Great topic.
Definitely a learning curve and a doing curve, But once you find people that you could know and trust that could do those things at a high level, you have to give them a little bit of room to fail at the same time. You can't micromanage. You have to kind of let them figure it out after the training stage.
Yep.
And just keep. I'm a big advocate on hiring fast and firing fast. If it's not working out, I let you go.
Yeah.
But if I wait 6 months to get that right hire, it just costs me money and time. Either way, it's going to cost money. Either way, it's going to cost time. But I try to cut that time aspect off. And we went through a few people, but it's about just making the decisions that you know you want and just figuring it out from there instead of procrastinating. We could procrastinate all day on a hire.
That's one thing that's one thing I will say you are like so good at is just making like good risk adjusted decisions very, very fast. Because I think, and this is stuff that I see all the time, is like constraints of the business. Like you are all over them quick, like really fast. Because I was talking to a business owner the other day, and they run a large business, and they had a constraint in their business that, and I asked the owner, hey, what's the constraint? And they're like, well, we can't find enough locations or whatever. And I said, well, what's holding you back from doing that? Or how long has that been a constraint? And they're like, forever. Whoa. And now like it can happen to anyone. And I think, having a constraint, you're very quick about, okay, project manager. All right, we got to get that done. All right, back to sales. All right, get that done. So the speed that you make decisions is going to allow you to grow as fast as you want. Yeah. Once you have the systems and structures and the people, now we can ramp as fast as we want, as long as you're looking forward. And that, he got caught in, and I've heard this from, and these are 8-figure plus business owners who have basically accepted the fact that they have a constraint.
Wow.
Multiple for years, and that it's not solvable. And like and I think it's just a matter of getting in rooms of people who are like challenging that. Because my question was, well, if you would have solved that 5 years ago, how much further along would you be? And he was like,
that's a good question.
He learned in that moment, and that's why I leaned to questions, because I could tell him, be like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you got to do this. But me telling him that, he's not going to go and do anything about it. Me asking him the question is going to lead to him. Yeah, I know that. I know what I have to do. So for the construction business owners out there, what pieces of advice? I think a topic we talked about. Well, actually, let's scrap that, because we talked about pride and ego, and I think this is a really, really good topic. Again, all the people that have been on this podcast, their egos are in check, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to just get it right.
Yeah.
What sorts of things do you do to keep, put your pride, put your ego aside, so you can just do what's best? Like, how do you rein that in so it doesn't get in the way of like growing your business or getting what you want in your life?
Yeah. So we had a little bit of a conversation. Like, I wish I could just multiply myself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And why can't people do it like I do it?
Oh yeah.
And just doesn't exist. Okay. Do I do sales well? Do I do production well? Yes, I do. But not a lot of people could do all those things well at once and be that well-oiled machine.
Yep.
And I realize that.
Yep.
And just knowing that it's not always about Tommy, okay? It's not how great Tommy is and
Dang it.
how, all these beautiful things, It's about, for me, how I push that to the side is just being of service to other people. Like, I don't have to, come up to you and say, oh, I sold this much today. I did. No, it's like, we closed this, but let me show you how it was done.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me show you how I overcame this objection or this obstacle. I'm more of a teacher at this point, like just trying to be of service and help other people grow and push that to the side. I don't have hurt feelings when other people.
You're very humble around that too, and I think that's the word that probably describes most of the people that have been on this podcast so far. It's just I'm humbly serving my people so that they can become the best versions of themselves. Because I think what all of you have started to realize, or you either innately knew this, or this is who you are, is that you just need to help other people get what they want, and therefore you will get what you want, which is such a cool. It's a cool reframe, and I think nowadays it's really easy to be selfish and being like, I want what I want. But what's funny and what's backwards about that is, yes, but the path to get that is helping other people get what they want. If you help other people get what they want, you will get what you want.
Damn, that's good.
And it's something. I mean, I had to
Mm-hmm.
get punched in the face a few times on that, because I would get selfish and think about myself, and then I'm like, well, why am I getting like it's just help other people, and you'll get what you'll get what you want. It's that simple.
The pride and ego thing is, that scarcity mindset of, well, what if this guy's better than me and he does all this crazy stuff? He's going to want to go and start his own company.
Oh, it's a good topic.
He's going to want to go and do this.
Yep.
I can't find someone better than me.
Yeah.
They're going to want to take over? No.
Yeah.
No. You have to remove that. I want someone that's better than me.
Yep.
Maybe I could learn something from them.
Yeah.
Okay? I want to learn.
How did you get to the point where you have developed that mindset? Because I think there's a lot of business owners that have the exact thing you just said. Like, how did you develop? Where did you develop that, or is this something you always believed? Like, where did that come from? Because for people watching, I want them to take that and be like, I want to apply that to myself. Like, how did you get that? How did you acquire that?
That's funny. Pretty much just being comfortable in who I am. Huh. I dealt a lot when I was younger, feeling less than. Huh. Okay? Not feeling, good enough.
Yep.
All those negative self-talk in my head,
yep.
And the only way, I would sit in it, and I've learned that that's not serving me well.
Yeah.
What am I doing? And then I had to really dig deep. My relationship with God and relationship with myself is, I am more than a conqueror. I can take care. I am good enough. I am a good dad. Positive affirmation, not seeking validation from other people.
So good.
Okay? I go straight to the source.
Yeah.
There's no middleman here. Okay? My wife says a couple of nice things about me. I'll take it. Okay? But it's not needed for me to know who I am.
Yeah.
A long time, I just didn't know who I was. Right?
So good.
And what I wanted to be known for. Today I do, right? And that's to just be of service to other people. To see other people win is the biggest win for me.
I think over the next year, there's going to be a massive force multiplier of what we're all going to contribute to, which is just helping people get what they want. I plan on having a massive movement here in New Jersey with business owners, because I think the coolest part about what I get to do is I not only impact the business owner and all the things we do, their business, their life, their leadership team.
Yes.
I can't tell you how many people that have been on a leadership team of a company I've worked with who have, I just lost 30 pounds. And it's strange because just the talk of the business growing forces the leadership team to grow with that. And it's so cool because now it's the business owner, their family, the leadership team, their families, the employees, their families, times all, there's a massive impact to this. And I've seen it time and time again, which I'm so fired up about. And I think I'm so thankful for you to just pull me aside that one day. Cause man, I have a lot of clients that would never have said that to me. And I totally appreciate it because you're going to be the force multiplier of why this whole thing, I mean, we're talking about national things here, which is super cool. But I never would have done that if you didn't just pull me aside and be like, yo, you're better than that. For real.
Yeah.
Which I was like, wow, and I think it's your belief in me that led to that. So that's super cool. I'm super grateful.
Well, I'm glad I was a little part of that.
That's how we do it, man. That's the whole point of all this.
And that's how sometimes God will use different people to throw things in your way, man.
100%.
Super
cool.
That's powerful stuff. I seen it when I was sat in that meeting with you.
Yeah.
The vision came to me. I'm not even joking.
I
it was this has to be at a scale that multiple business owners get in the same room.
So cool.
And learn this stuff and be a part of each other as a community. The impact is honestly limitless.
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of speechless after the first one where I was like, I thought, I didn't realize how important it was. But when every person came to me after and was like, I was afraid of doing this thing in my business or in my life or this or that. And man, we can just have other people in the room that are like, you got it, buddy. Like you can do it.
Yeah.
Just one person saying that to somebody is like, dude, I'm in. Like, you're right. And then if you can just call that owner up and be like, hey man, I just want to let you know I did it. And thank you for that. That means the world to me.
Accountability.
Super cool.
And obedience. You were obedient. You took it and you made it happen, dude.
I was it's a belief. It's just a belief.
Yes.
Like you just believe in other people because I personally think, and the whole point of this podcast is anybody can do anything they set their mind to.
They can.
Anybody. And I don't care what anyone says. I firmly will not accept that people can't do what they want to do. I don't accept it. There's far dumber people that have created monster businesses and are ultra successful in life that they just asked for it and they just did it.
They believed in themselves.
That's all it is. Or
and
they
other
had
people
someone that
believed
believed
in them.
100%.
Yep.
And if we can create that right here in New Jersey, man, that would mean the world to me. So
it's already happening.
Let's go.
It's happening.
It's happening. So let's wrap this thing up. Where can the viewers find you if they have kitchen, bathrooms, or even any salespeople out there that are looking for a job? Where can you
find? We need you.
Please help.
So you could find us on Instagram. Renewal_solutions. We post a lot of really good content.
It's getting really
funny.
good.
You want to have a few laughs? Check us out. We also have a Facebook, Renewal Solutions Inc., and our website. You could check us out on our website, renewalsolutionsinc.com, and also our phone number. Put the phone number somewhere down there.
Let's go.
All right. We have a showroom in Aberdeen, 740 Lloyd Road. And we also have a showroom in Red Bank, 47 Broad Street, which is under construction right now.
Super exciting.
But if anybody ever wants to come to a men's group, we run a men's life group on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock in Aberdeen. You still got to show up for that, man. And yeah, that's pretty much where you could find me, man.
That's it.
That's where you could find me.
Well, thanks again for your time.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed today. And for everyone watching, like we're throwing these live events every single month. They're completely free. We're going to have founders who have built significant companies come and speak about their experiences, their journeys. And I think, not just for that, but also for the community around all this. Last event we had like 40, 45 business owners. We're going to keep it intimate, probably max out at like 50 for every month. But if you're interested in that, like we're going to keep hosting those. So we're going to have a link in the channel to apply for those events. So if that's interesting, go apply, and then we'll hopefully see you there.
That's it. And this is for the viewers, okay? Anybody that has a leadership team currently, okay, even if it's 2 people, possibly 3, and you're doing about $1 million a year and you just can't get to the next level, this guy, Ryan, is your guy. He's an amazing EOS implementer. And if you're just looking to gain systems and processes and you just don't know how to do it, invest into yourself. Invest into your business, because I promise you, was I nervous? 100%. But it was the best decision I could have ever made for myself, my team, my life. It changed, dude. It changed the game for me.
That's so awesome.
And I just want to tell as many people as possible.
That's awesome.
Because the impact is real.
That's awesome, man.
So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. All right, buddy. Good stuff.
Anytime.
I love it.